But for the second night in a row, we have the Atlanta Falcons bringing us big news to begin our show. Last night, they tweeted out right before we came on the air that they had just completed an interview with Bill Belichick for their head coach. Bill Belichick is on the interview circuit now. He's talking to the Falcons. Maybe this is going to be
promoting a movie.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe he is. He's going to be on. He'll be
documentary.
He'll be with Jimmy Fallon tomorrow night playing beer pong with him. And
can he do the tight pants sketch like McConaughey did last week? That'd be great.
I just throw the ball into the cup. I just throw it into the cup. I just throw it. Do I bounce it? Do I just throw it? What happens when I get? Okay, here you go. I'll just throw. Okay, great. So the Falcons again tonight now give us this news. It's just a couple minutes old. Mm-hmm. They tweet out on social media. They have just completed an interview for their head coaching position with
Brandon Staley.
Robert Saleh. They have just completed an interview with...
And his name is John C.
He'd be a hell of a head coach.
You want to talk about motivating?
The other team would run off the sideline. Coach, I can't even see where the ball is. I can't see him. Yeah. No, the Atlanta Falcons have just completed an interview with...
I'm Wilford Brimley, and I'd like to talk to you for a few minutes about diabetes.
It's funny, when I did turn into the lot here to come to work here at the Fox Sports Radio studios, there was someone who was
Wilford Brimley was
advertising
there, really?
to be a medium.
Oh, okay. All right.
See your stars or connect you to the beyond
for
$15.
All right, that's not bad.
If I could connect with Wilford Brimley for $15.
That's a very cheap price.
How about that?
He'd come back and say, are people still... asking me questions about diabetes on the social media.
Yes, and you're very famous for being the Wilford Brimley line. How old am I?
The Falcons have completed an interview with their head coach with Jim Harbaugh. So Harbaugh, who is on the circuit, of course, has now interviewed with the Falcons. He talked with the Chargers as he... At the same time he's interviewing for head coaching jobs, according to many reports today, he is throwing down the hammer and asking for a lot in negotiations to stay at Michigan.
The clause he's asking for, reportedly.
The two big clauses he's asking for involves if something happens for him with a long-term suspension, because, look, the NCAA is still looking at him for everything that's gone on with Connor Stallions and cheating and Cheeseburger Gate and all of that stuff. So he wants more protection if he does get suspended, and he wants his buyout to be way less if he ever wants to go to the NFL. He doesn't want the buyout's got to be something if I want to leave that I can go. And here's look, this is me, Michigan fan. My wife's all Michigan family, everything else. And I'll tell you this right now. If I'm Michigan, I just say, you know what, dude, go to the NFL. You've been here, and obviously there's nothing we can do that's going to make you want to stay. I'm sorry we asked you to take a pay cut, but you were 2-4 in 2020, and you hadn't beaten Ohio State.
It was a COVID year. A lot of stuff.
But at this point, tell me another coach that we've ever talked about saying, I want to stay where I am, yet I'm actively interviewing with other places. Nobody. There's not one person that's done that has a job
but when
and
you
is interviewing for the job and says, I want to stay at the job or I could go.
No, but when you can do the ultimate flex, and that's the position Jim Harbaugh is in right now, right? Because we've got him, we got Belichick, we got Vrabel, we got Pete Carroll. Which one of these is not like the other in terms of public sentiment right now?
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
Harbaugh's here, right? He is coach, at the top of the mountain. So what do? You flex. You say, all right, I hire Don Yee. Let's go and let's have some conversations. By the way, over here, here's every ridiculous clause I can try to put in. By the way, come over the top with the cash. Because remember, it was 10 for what, 125? Keep that coming.
Yeah, but that's what Michigan said. We'll give you $12 million a year.
But keep coming.
All you got to do is not go to the NFL this year. That's all it was. And still, no, I'm going to go. Obviously,
but you push it as far as you can. When you've got leverage and you can flex, you flex whatever. Because the big question I have coming out of the clause about the you can't fire me for cause. What the hell else did you guys do that might surface
look,
that you're trying to put that clause in?
Yeah, but he's nervous about whatever the end, because the NCAA
but that's my point,
he's nervous
though. It's
about
like,
next
what else
season,
is there that could be lurking around?
But if you really want to stay, you just won the national bleeping championship, man. You've beaten Ohio State 3 times. You won 3 straight Big Tens. Nobody's had this success in 2 decades, right? if you really want to stay, it's okay, let's figure out a new deal, and we're going to hammer something out. But instead, another year where he's actively interviewing with the NFL. Obviously, now that he's won the national championship and he still is looking to go, that's an itch he's going to want to scratch at some point. He wants to go to the NFL because he wants to win the Super Bowl, right? He wants to do that because he fell just short. Now, mission accomplished at Michigan, and what's he going to do other than an as expected at Michigan? He loses a couple of games, let's get rid of the guy. Trust me, the Michigan alumni, I guarantee if you polled them, they would come out and say, yeah, if he stays, he stays. If he goes, he goes. They've never just given him that big hug, although they love him now because they won the championship.
And they've loved him beating Ohio State the last couple of years.
But he wants to go, and it's obvious he wants. So if I'm Michigan at this point, I just say, you know what, dude? Go. We're not going to do this every year. You're not going to hold the program hostage every year with more things and more things you want and more interviews. I want this. I want. You know what? Just go. Just go. Go to the NFL, and we're done. I know you won a national title. That's awesome. But obviously, you're never going to be happy here, and you're just looking for a little bit more. It's the husband who says, look, I love you, but I really have other things I like to do. I got cravings. I got things I want. So let's figure out a way that we can maybe I want to go out and get a Whopper Big Mac at 2 o'clock in the morning. Let's figure out a way so we make the own rules with our relationship. I want more. I want more. I want more. And eventually, you got to just say, you know what? Just go. He obviously has the itch. He wants to go to the NFL. He's going to hold Michigan hostage every year before he winds up going. He's never gotten the big hug from the entire alumni fan base. You know he doesn't have his fans at Michigan. They asked him to take a pay cut. The one guy who was a booster allegedly kept him from getting the gig with the Vikings last year. I tell him to go. I say, you know what? You want to go? Go. Go, because we're never going to make you happy, and you're going to hold the program and hold this over our head every year that you may go to the NFL.
But there's happier. Are you not pushing for more? I keep asking questions. The boss is telling me to shut up and go away.
If he was happy,
he's doing the same thing.
Right, but there's nobody ever says, I want to stay so bad, and I'm going to go interview other places. Nobody does that. He's the only one, and yet we're treating it like it's a normal thing. Tell me one guy that's got a job in college football or any sport that says, I love it and want to stay here, but yet is actively interviewing with other places.
DeBoer
Who has said that?
Fish.
No. One interview when I'm gone. That's one interview when I'm gone.
That's fine.
That's one interview when I'm gone. Jim Harbaugh is, I could stay.
He can play
I could
the
go
circuit.
someplace else. I really want to stay.
He
it's
wants
not one
to be
place.
courted.
No, it's not one place. This is, if he was, hey, the Cowboys
it is one
called
place.
me.
It's the NFL.
If the Cowboys called me and said, I want to go and he wants to go, okay. But this is, I'm talking to the Chargers. I'm going to talk to the Falcons. I'm going to talk to other teams. It's different. Nobody does that.
Yeah, but he gives everybody a couple of minutes and then he gets back to work.
Go. I tell him to go. And the thing is, Michigan's in a good place. Yes, are you starting over a bit? Sure, because J.J. McCarthy's going to the NFL, even though he really needed to come back. I don't get people
Edwards
thinking
is
he's gonna
coming
be
back,
great.
though.
Yeah, and he needs the carries. He needs to show that I'm a star. Corum's going to the NFL. You have Stewart coming back.
Linemen
who
are gone.
Made the play that won the Rose Bowl. So you have certain guys going, but this invention of the Michigan team, it's a lot of seniors who are gone. You're starting over a little bit. You already have the coach in waiting in Sharon Moore, who's already beaten Ohio State once. He curses great on national television following games.
Very emotional.
Michigan's in a good place, and they may not beat Ohio State next year. Ohio State clearly is going to be one of the top 2 or 3 teams in college football next year, the way they've been recruiting and players coming in. Maybe Ohio State's near yet next year, but Michigan's in a really good place. And if they wind up saying goodbye, the transition will be a little bit easier than you think. Hey, coach left, and all the big senior leaders with him, they all left too. Now Sharon Moore will be able to say, hey, this is our system now. This is our culture. We're going to keep going on. We're going to do a lot of things that he put in that we like doing, and now's the time to make that move, and especially to say, if you want out, go. How do you show up and talk about how much you love the players and love the school, and you go to and you go to the banner ceremony and you go to the parade and you say how much you love the school, and then 2 days later I'm on a plane because I'm going to interview with the Chargers, and then guess what?
I don't think that makes it any less true.
No, I think
I don't think it does. I think you're a Michigan man through and through, and that's always your heart. That's where you played. Now you've won a title. You've done all these wonderful things. You've helped a lot of kids. All of those things that he can sell. But that doesn't mean professionally you're not at least going to explore what else is there. You may like what you have,
but this is every year. This is every year he's doing something.
Sure.
This is every single year. I'm going to go talk here. I'm going to go talk here.
But it's also about
I'm going to go talk here.
As much about leverage. I don't know how long he talked to Arthur Blank.